points for us to understand that we have very good arguments for the atheist. Now, brothers and sisters, just to end, the major response, because we've talked about who created God, who designed the designer, we gave answers to these questions. The major response from the atheist would be the problem of evil. The problem of evil. They say too much evil exists in the world, so how can Allah, who's supposed to be a good, merciful God, how can He exist? Now, as your homework, I want you to listen carefully. You got homework, guys. Everybody has homework. I want you to read the Quran in English. I want you to go to the 18th chapter and read the story about Musa alayhi salam and Khidr. Who knows the story? Okay, good. Revise that story. Learn about that story. Because that story beats the problem of evil. Because what does that story really teach us? It teaches us about the wisdom of Allah. It teaches us about the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the problem of evil, saying there's too much evil in the world, is actually not realizing who Allah is. Because they assume God is only good. But we have 99 names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that help explain reality, that help explain the world around us. And one of His names and attributes are the wise. So we know there's wisdom behind things, but then the atheist may say, but I can't see the wisdom. But that's arguing from ignorance. It's a fallacy. You can't argue from ignorance. The wisdom may exist, but you may not understand what that wisdom is. Also, we know that the problem of evil is actually not a problem for the Muslim, but a problem for the atheist, because we can explain it by saying life is not here to have a party. We're not here in life to have a playtime. We're here for a purpose, and our purpose is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We also understand that the world, our very existence is not limited to the dunya. We're going to have the akhirah, where all justice is going to be settled. That people who deserve eternal bliss will get eternal bliss. Things will be settled on that day. Also, we have emotional, psychological responses to the problem of evil. For example, when a Muslim dies or gets drowned, according to the hadith, shaheed. When a baby dies, where do they go? Jannah, Muslim or non-Muslim. According to the atheist, they become worm meat. According to the Muslim, they go to Jannah. Think about this, people. If you die of stomach cancer or stomach problems, what happens to you? Shaheed. If you're buried by rubble, you die of? So the earthquakes themselves is actually a blessing. It's a test for us, but a blessing for the one who died. Oh, there's earthquakes. Oh, there's an earthquake in Pakistan. What happened to these people? According to the hadith, the shaheed. It's a test for us. You know why? Because how do we respond now? Do we condemn those people? Or do we see them as part of the ummah? Al-mu'minu miratu al-mu'min. The believer is a mirror of another believer. It's our test to help them now. Do you see the point here? And it's a test for the people who survive to realize, is this from their sin? Or is it a test from Allah? Do we come close to Allah as a result of this? Or move away from Allah? So we have so many good reasons to break down the problem of evil. It's not a problem at all. Because it just assumes God is just good and we're here to have a party. But rather we know God is the wise. And there's wisdom behind everything that He does. And this is more of an emotional argument because they don't know who Allah is. And it's our job to explain.